Hello, everybody. This is Joanne Lysiak with Empower Coaching Network, and I am really happy to be here tonight with you. Thank you for being here and joining me. So what we're going to do tonight is it's going to be a short Facebook Live, but I wanted to share something really powerful with you. I'm all about sharing information about the mind and body. And as a coach, I'm a life transformation coach, and I help people really uncover their true desires and what they aspire to have in their life. Then I help them release what's holding them back and align a new belief to their aspirations, set some goals, and then help them achieve it. The process is a very spiritual process. It's also an empowering process. So tonight, the topic is the power of forgiveness for your benefit and for your healing. And I have seen miracles happen as a result of forgiveness. So I'm going to pose the question to everybody here. I want to give a shout out to everybody here live. And if you would put your name in and any comments, feel free to give me some hearts and some likes. And if you feel this is valuable information and you know people who would benefit from it, please share it. I'm all about spreading the word as well. So put your name and where you're from and any comments or questions that you may have, because I'd like this to be a dialogue. So if you're listening to the replay, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. And please do the same thing. Put your name in, put where you're from, and any questions you have or any comments. I do continual Facebook Lives. I do sometimes a series for the week. I had 2 series the last couple weeks. And tonight with the holiday, I'm just here for 1 week and then one night. And then next week, I'll be doing another series for you. And again, it's all about the mind, body, and spirit. Because I come from I came from a corporate America, so I have a big background in business, but I'm an artist and I'm very spiritual, and that's the path that I'm on right now. And I really all about empowering people. So today, let's go forward with the topic of the power of forgiveness. So first of all, I want to pose this question to you. If you're listening live now, or if you're on the replay, are you holding on to any negative emotions based on something that happened in the past? For instance, maybe you feel somebody did you wrong. Maybe you feel something happened to you and it was someone else's fault. Or maybe you're upset with yourself for something that you did or didn't do. And so you're holding on to that. Maybe it's resentment, maybe it's anger, maybe it's frustration, disappointment, sadness, blame. If you're holding on to any of those emotions, it is impacting your health. It's impacting your being, your emotional side, your health as well. And what it does is these emotions are acidic to the body, and it creates an acidic environment. And when you have an acidic environment in your body, that's when you're susceptible to illness and disease. Because if you have a pH that's alkaline, it is said and proven that you will be healthy. And your immune system kicks in to fend off any viruses or bacteria that may come into your body. So when you're thinking these negative thoughts, when you're holding on to resentment and you think about it on a regular basis, it is making you acidic. Now, as a wellness practitioner, I've been doing this for about 6 years. I transitioned to life transformation and really lifestyle. But when I was seeing clients, it was this case that the people that would come to me that had severe illness or disease, and they were looking for some lifestyle changes in their maybe diet or in their life itself and their thinking, they would come to me, and through just some questions that I would ask them, I would uncover that they have a lot of resentment, that they're holding on, that something happened to them in the past. Maybe they had some trauma. Maybe they had some abuse. And I'm here to tell you, as a coach for the last 4 years and wellness for the last 6 years, it's normal to have abuse. Now, abuse can be emotional abuse, it can be physical abuse, it could be mental abuse, it could be sexual abuse. I've seen it all. But the people that have that abuse, they're holding on to it, and they're holding on to the negative emotions in that experience. And this is something that they're thinking about on a regular basis, and it's really making them sick. So I want to check in first and see the people that are here live, if you would put your name and where you're from and any questions that you would have. But I'd like this to be a dialogue, because I feel that the last Facebook Lives, when we've had a dialogue, it's been really beneficial for everybody. And I really like to hear from you and how I can help you as well, because as a coach, I'd like to do some interaction with you as well. So if you're holding on to this resentment from the past, you're holding on to it for a reason. Maybe it is a program, and it is a belief, and it is a pattern that you have, of course, but maybe you're also getting something as a result of it. You know, sometimes people don't want to let go. For instance, I've worked with clients over many different reasons, you know, abuse, holding on to something, physical abuse from maybe one of their parents, holding on to that. And that is something that they were holding on to the point where it was really making them very sick to think about it. I mean, they think about it all the time, because they felt that maybe their parents didn't love them, their mom or dad didn't love them, didn't care for them, and this is something that keeps reoccurring. So you want to learn a technique to eliminate that for your benefit, and that is the power of forgiveness. So when people hold on to things, they can hold on to the negative emotions for maybe something they did. Maybe something they feel responsible for. Maybe they mistreated someone. Also, they mistreated themselves, and they're holding on to that. Or they feel someone else did them wrong. It's really both of them are going to really impact you. So one doesn't have more of an impact on you than the other. It's really both the same. They're going to impact you. So it does create illness. It also prevents you from living your fullest potential. You know, because you're thinking about that a lot, and that is really creating your thoughts, which create your beliefs, which then create your actions and your habits, and then your manifestation of the reality of it. And so those negative thoughts of, you know, the traumas, the abuse, the blame, the guilt, the shame, that is something you're recreating with your thoughts, and you're creating it in your life. And so you may feel that things don't go your way, that something is stopping you. And so it's really this unforgiveness that you want to, you know, let go. And when you let it go, you will be a different person. I can tell you my own experience. I'm going to share that with you as well. So if you would, please make some comments, questions, so that I can help you with forgiveness. But it's really creating illness within your body. It's holding you back. It's holding you back from your fullest potential, for you fulfilling your destiny, why you came here. It is preventing you from tapping into your greatness, and it's preventing you from sharing your gifts and talents with the world if you're focused on, again, the unforgiveness. It is holding you back. So let's create something different now. So I'm going to tell you about the power of forgiveness. You know, I learned about this on my healing path. I had to work on healing myself because I had some challenges. But through that process, I really went down the rabbit hole to uncover what's really going on to make people sick, and in particular me. So one of the concepts was from Dr. M.T. Morter, and it was the power of forgiveness. He was one of my mentors and really had a profound impact on me. And he shared a story with us where he had assigned this exercise as an assignment for a workshop he was doing for the night. And there was a woman in his class who was very sick and very angry and had lots of resentment, and she showed it in her body. She showed it in her face, she showed it in her body with arthritis, and she just had all kinds of illnesses. So he told the group to do this forgiveness exercise over the night, and she did it. And the next day she came into class and he did not recognize her. She had changed. Physically, she changed. Facially, she was a different person. She kind of let go of this burden that had been on her shoulders, and she literally let go of the toxicity. She let go of the resentment and any of the negative emotions she had and she was holding on to, and she just let it go. So you just let it go, and you let go of that heaviness in your life. And so it transformed her. So when he talked about that, I was on a mission to do the same for me. You know, I had some things in my childhood, and it was very school oriented, where it was just not a good experience for me to be in school. And so I had to do a lot of forgiveness to the teachers there. And in this forgiveness exercise that I did, I just let go of the emotional attachment. I could think of the experience without any emotional attachment. Because when you judge, when you have resentment, when you have blame, shame, you are holding on to that. And when you let it go, you don't have the emotional attachment any longer to that experience. I could still think of my experience in childhood. I could still think of that experience in school, and it didn't have the emotional attachment to me anymore. It was just a memory, and it did not upset me anymore, and it did not bother me anymore. And you just let it go. So I had done that, and I had forgiven teachers, forgiven family members, and it had a profound impact on me. So I teach this to everybody in my coaching programs. I teach it to my coaches. I teach it to my clients. I teach them how to do this. I do a clearing technique that involves forgiveness, and then I teach them how to do forgiveness and then have them do the assignment, which I'm going to share with you as well. So when you forgive, you are letting go of the emotional attachment. I learned this from a different mentor. It was Marshall Silver, actually. He said, hurt people hurt people. And that really had an impact on me, because we tend to blame people. We tend to think it's their fault, and they're heartless and they're mean-spirited, but they have stuff going on with them, and they're hurt. For them to react in such a negative way, to do something to you, they are hurt. So hurt people really helped me and put things in perspective. And then once I really learned and accepted that they don't intentionally do things to hurt you, it's their stuff, it's their emotional stuff that causes them, it made me realize that I didn't harbor any resentment, and I had more compassion for them and had more understanding. And so you have a different perspective of it. But forgiveness is not about the other person. It's not about you becoming friends again. It's not about you condoning what they did. It's not about you wiping the slate clean and becoming friends again. It's not as if you have to see them personally. You don't have to see them in person. You don't have to send them a letter. You don't have to do anything with them. You are not condoning it. This is for your benefit. Forgiveness is for your benefit. You are cutting this chain that's holding you back from living your greatness, and it's setting you free. And it's lightening your load. It's lightening the emotions that are literally sitting on your being and holding you down and holding you back. And it's letting it go. And you're becoming free. And it is so, it's just transformational for you to do that. So let's go through some of the steps for forgiveness that I can share with you. And again, you are doing this for your benefit. Think of it this way. You know, when you're on an airplane, you hear the flight attendant saying that if anything was to happen, you put your oxygen mask on first, because you cannot help others if you don't take care of yourself first. And the same thing with this process. You are taking care of yourself. And the importance is take care of yourself first by letting it go, forgiving, and then you will have the benefits from it. You know, I used to be a big fan of Oprah, and so I would listen to her show, and she talked about forgiveness at that time. And she was saying with one of her guests, do you want to be right, or do you want to have peace? Now think about that. If you want to be right, then you're going to think the other person's wrong, and it's their fault that they did this to you, and they did you wrong. And you're going to harbor that resentment because you want to be right, that it's their fault and they're not a good person. Versus if you have peace, if you understand that hurt people, and you set yourself free, and you're able to live a wonderful life by just setting it free and letting go of the attachment, then you have peace. And peace is where wonderful things happen to you in your life. You're going to be able to manifest your dreams when you're in peace. You're not going to be able to manifest your dreams when you're in the negative emotions. That will not happen. It's just impossible. So you've got to get yourself to that place where you can manifest, because it's all about you living your dreams. So let's go through the process. So anybody have any questions or comments right now about forgiveness? Anything that you would like to share? Maybe you had an experience with forgiveness yourself and it really set you free and made a big impression on you. Okay, so let's go through the steps of forgiveness. I've kind of broken it down to 3 steps that I teach my clients. The first step is that you want to forgive yourself. Now, why do you want to forgive yourself? Well, because you're holding on to that negative emotion. You're holding on to that experience. You're holding on to whatever the emotion is. You know, resentment is a big one, blame, maybe shame, guilt, anger, frustration, fear. You're holding on to that, and that's harming your body. So you're forgiving yourself for holding on. You're forgiving yourself for stopping you from moving forward. You're forgiving yourself for blaming another person. You're forgiving yourself for being angry at someone. So you're forgiving yourself. Now, if it's something that you feel you caused, then, for instance, you did something and you have lots of regret over it. You have guilt over it. Maybe you were very nasty to someone in your past. Maybe you bullied somebody when you were in school and you're holding on to this. You want to set that free because you're not feeling good about that, and that is weakening your system and making you sick. So let it go. So you're going to forgive yourself. So forgiving yourself for whatever you did. Forgive yourself for harming another person, for saying something that was unkind to somebody. So forgive yourself. The second part is that you forgive the other person. So if that person you feel did something to you, forgive that person for causing harm to you. Forgive that person for what you feel they did. Forgive them for impacting you. Forgive them for the part that they played. So forgive the other person. And then the third step is really important, and that is learning the lesson. And I also learned this from Dr. M.T. Morter. And he said that things happen for your benefit. They don't happen to you. So if someone did something to you, they really did it for your benefit. So hard to understand that, but put yourself into a spiritual place where you can understand this a little bit better. You had an agreement with this person, and this agreement before you came in was for you to learn a lesson, for you to be a better person spiritually, for you to grow spiritually, for you to evolve spiritually, for your soul to evolve. So they're doing something for your benefit. So in essence, if you put it in that perspective, they're really doing something for your benefit. And so that really, in another light, again, because they're not intentionally harming you, they're doing something for your benefit. Beforehand, you agreed this, they're actually doing this out of love. They're doing this for your evolvement, for your transformation, for your awareness, and for your greatness. So learn the lesson. Now, the lesson is not that people are bad and you can't trust people. That's not the lesson. The lesson is, what did that experience do for your benefit to make you a better person? How have you evolved? How has it transformed your life? What have you learned from that? And changed, how has it changed your life? And if you can do those 3 steps, you can set yourself free. You can forgive and let go and just make all your dreams come true. Live your true aspirations, reach your fullest potential, and share your gifts and talents with the world. And for the high vibe peeps that are out there, and coaches in particular, this is something important for you to really learn so that you can pass this along and teach your clients this. This will change the world. This concept will change the world. So if you're interested in this, please reach out to me. I have a life coach certification program, spiritually based program, where I teach coaches all of these techniques and tools, these release tools and techniques, the forgiveness, as well as goal setting and some of the practical tools. So reach out to me. If you're an aspiring coach, reach out to me. I will put a link up and you can reach out to me. We can have a discovery session and I can tell you a little bit more about how I can help you. And if you are just somebody who wants to transform, you want to have the awareness, you want to reach your fullest potential and live your true aspirations, please reach out to me as well. I have some openings left for taking on a couple new clients. So reach out to me. I will put the link below. But please reach out to me and please continue to listen to my Facebook Lives. I'll be doing them on a regular basis, and I'm going to be sharing with you more information for you to live the life of your dreams and live your aspirations for your fullest potential and your ultimate happiness, and really to connect your mind and body. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. For people that are on the replay, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And again, leave your name and your comments, any questions. And if you have any comments on any topics you would like me to go forward with, please do that as well. I'm always looking to share with you what will benefit you the most. So again, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. And everybody, just practice the forgiveness. Forgive and set yourself free and feel better than ever. Oh, hi, Catherine. How are you? Good to see you here. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Catherine, for being here. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here. I so appreciate you. And please, if you have any questions about forgiveness, give a shout out to me on this Facebook Live post, comment below, and give forgiveness a try. Do it. It will change your life. So again, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye, everybody.